How y'all doing, man? What's going on, fellas?
Man, we doing well. Hey, so you just heard what was said here.
What's
They
happening?
got me a little riled up talking about boots. I want you to weigh in, fam.
I heard a little bit. I ain't even gonna lie. I caught the
Yeah.
last 2 minutes.
Man, they talking crazy here, man. Talking about so we had YSM here about 2 weeks ago, and he was talking about how this whole thing played out in regards to Boots Ennis, and these fellas on here talking crazy, talking about Boots don't want that fight, and I'm saying Boots would take that fight in a heartbeat, but he's not just gonna move up to 154 just for the hell of it without Terence Crawford aligning to a fight with him. Like, you're not going to do that. You're going to move down your own path with your own career, and you're not going to just follow a fighter unless that fighter is going to say, yeah, I'm going to fight you. To that, you have to say what?
I mean, what people forget from the beginning, these kids have dreams. You know what I mean? They wanna win titles. They want to be undisputed, things like that. That's part of Boots' dream. He want to be undisputed first at 47. Now, if that's not able to come to fruition, then okay, we got to go to 54. But if we go to 54, we're trying to go to 54 with some respect, so that way we can get the fights we want. The Crawford fight, as far as I know, they've been wanting it for at least the last 3 years. You know what I mean? Now, why it didn't happen, I understand, because Crawford was way ahead of Boots when it comes to, accomplishments, things like that. So, I mean, I could see him going to 54, but not just to go there. You know what I mean? It got to be worth something. And I think that's why he wanted the undisputed before he went, so that his name could hold some weight when he get to 54. You know what I mean? But the way it's looking in boxing, I don't think too many guys going to be willing to jump in there with him.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And, it's been difficult for Boots to get fights. We understand that. I think, and I've said this on multiple occasions, I simply think he would take the fight if they were going. And I've heard Terence Crawford make this comment: pay me and I'll do it. Okay, Turkey Al-Sheikh is on record saying that he wanted to make that fight. And then as soon as he was on record saying he wanted to make that fight, Terence Crawford reversed course and said, oh, well, that doesn't really bring anything for me. And my thing is, if you're going to make that argument saying that Jaron Ennis doesn't bring anything to the table for Terence Crawford, then the same argument can be made that Terence Crawford doesn't really bring anything for Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez, he ain't done nothing at 168 pounds. I'm sorry, if he beats Terence Crawford at 168, then what are they gonna say? He was too small. But hold on, bro. If he beats him at that weight class, okay, I feel you, I appreciate that.
Supposed to.
Exactly, but my thing is, then don't make the argument then that Jaron Ennis doesn't deserve a fight when he is one of the most credible opponents in and around that weight class. That makes no sense to me.
I think my biggest issue with saying that is, if nobody else is willing to fight him, then why
Well,
not?
that's the problem I have with a lot of boxing fans. The problem I have is people talk about deserve. It ain't about deserve. It's about who's next in line and who's supposed to get the fight. It's not about deserve. Anybody that laces up gloves deserves a fight.
I feel you.
But if you're not in position, you don't get that fight. Who's in position? That's what people.
Yeah.
I feel you. What you got to say about that, Greg?
I mean, it come from the Floyd Mayweather era. You know what I mean? When Floyd started being vocal about who he was, people started thinking they was talking about boxing. That Floyd's career and these other guys' career is not the same. You know what I mean? Floyd was able to attract millions of people, and it's not just through boxing, through other ventures, and he was able to talk like that. Deserve, he used the word deserve, because you are now going to make the most money you ever made in your career. You know what I'm saying? But such is not the case with all these fighters. That's who they think they are, but they haven't done enough. So that's just a word that got picked up, just like duck, and just like, calling guys trash and all that. It's just a word that the people picked up to use to sound cool, to sound like they know what's going on. It's just like the old head said, it ain't about who deserve it, it's about who worked to get there. You know what I mean? These guys are in line, give them the fights.
I agree.
But the game changed. The game changed once it came all about popularity. Once it came all about popularity, that's how we got Rolly versus Tank. Because Rolly wasn't ready for Tank, but he got the fight.
No, that's fair. And I was just talking about that. One or two, like, usually you want to see a fighter work their way up, right? And the only way they end up skipping the line is in situations where they're, to your point, they're a popular name. So a Floyd is going to get to skip multiple weight classes to fight whoever he wants to fight. So does Canelo. So does Gervonta Davis. But, somebody like Terence Crawford is not. The rest of the fighters more than likely won't get that opportunity. Now, going from one weight class, I can definitely see that. But multiple weight classes, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to accomplish.
Yeah. And Terence Crawford, if people really pay attention to his career, he's probably like one of like maybe like 4 or 5 guys who had an old school career, meaning they had to beat whoever they got in the ring with. You know what I mean? It wasn't their choice. Terence Crawford was never really the favorite. You know what I mean? He became the favorite probably his last 4 or 5 fights. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the favorite up until then. They had a lot of guys beating Crawford, but Crawford won. You know what I mean? So now we speaking about him, but Crawford's popularity level is normal because he's not he's not one of them people that's trying to outdo everybody as far as, singing and dancing. He gonna just go ahead and do his job.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but not. Yeah, no, I feel you on that. But at the same time, and this has always been my issue with Crawford, because I can understand exactly your point and I agree with it. However, my thing is, if you want to make this amount of money, your popularity level needs to be commensurate with that. And boxing is one of these sports that is really based off of asses and seats, right? Who are you drawing? And it's fine if you want to, you're not that type of person. That's not your personality. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Do what you do. You're not a rah-rah guy, but you can't expect to then try to figure out a way to make this amount of money, but you want your personality to be here. Like that doesn't work. You got to put yourself out there if you want to make ducats like that. It is what it is.
Yeah,
But Greg,
it's a shame.
Yo, Greg. Hey, I swear, if you had explained your dislike for Terence Crawford in that manner, the way you just did now, you would get so many less people to call you a hater. Let me just say that.
I've explained. So I want to explain myself. So number one, I've said this on multiple occasions, but you guys don't listen. But Greg, I know you were about to say something. What were you about to say, real quick?
No, go ahead. I damn near forgot.
Oh no. So if you want to say, okay, Greg, if you explained yourself that way, you wouldn't be called a Terence Crawford hater. Listen, I've said Terence Crawford is the best pound for pound fighter in the world. I got called a hater. I've said that Terence Crawford personality it doesn't sell, and he's trying to figure out ways to make more money, even though his personality doesn't align to that, or his drawing power doesn't align to that. I've been called a hater. I get called a hater for anything where you're not being 100% in compliance with what a certain segment of fight fans believe. That's just how it works. And anytime you put your personality out there or you put your comments out there, I feel that they're going to be attacked. So I don't have a problem with somebody saying that I'm a hater. You want to call me a hater? That's fine. But everything that I say is logical. It's just that a lot of fans got a problem with it because you need to be lockstep in their mode of thinking or you're a hater.